Good morning. Good afternoon. Come on, Talivu. Come on, Seva. Ni hao. Assalamu alaikum. Barako. What's up, bro? This is Musa, Matt Meacham Jr., signing in on Earth. Well, this is my station, Musa Corner Consulting International. So I consult the international community. I'm a globalist. I am a globalist. What is a globalist? Well, we're not going to talk about the globalists yet. But in due time, we shall talk about the globalists. But we're talking about the theory of predestination. My colleagues I'll just say that. My colleagues in a particular area of the earth, they do not like the idea of my talking about my theory of the predestination, the theory of predestination. They rather that I read my poetry. Yes, I'm a poet, but I have other concerns. The thing is, as I had indicated to my cult, when you get on your computer and you want to see what I'm talking about, and you want to see what am I talking about theoretically or politically or socially or philosophically, find my network, Musa Corner Consulting International. I was using that as being my station on YouTube, and I began to do all my broadcasts on Musa Corner Consulting International. And it was so easy to come to my network when I said, when I was consulting, when I was on Musa Corner Consulting International, and my colleagues, I will not say who they are, they tried to make me believe that no one was actually tuning in on my broadcast. That's when I was broadcasting from Musa Corner Consulting International. So, this is what happened to me. Okay, now, remember we had the elections in the U.S., right? And the thing is, I was just watching things on the internet. I was just watching the news, and it seemed to me that Ms. Harris was getting ready to win the election. And the thing is, from what I observed, it seemed to me that she was winning. And you know what? It's a possibility. It is a possibility that she did win. But I was just looking at the internet, and I was, look at all that support she's getting, and I saw that. And and the thing is, so I made the prediction that she would win, and she lost. So she lost, and so when I go back to my computer, I'm finding out that hey, Musal Corner Consultant International is not on the computer. So I said, what's going on here? I'm not on the internet anymore. So I had to start all over. So I got two networks, Musal Corner International Consulting. And when you go there, it says I only have one view. Don't believe them. I probably got 2,000 or 3,000 views, and probably 100,000. I probably got 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and probably 100,000 viewers. So I'm looking at the games that people play in whatever positions they're in. These dirty games. The dirty games that we play. But I don't want to talk about the dirty games that mankind plays, but I want to talk about the theory of predestination. So if you come here to this particular network, I will talk about many things. I'm still talking about the concept, the theory, the idea of predestination. I want to spend this time talking about time. Okay, God creates time because God creates everything. God creates events because God creates everything. So now, let's talk about events and time. The things that happen on Earth, or in the galaxy, or in the universe, or in the universes that exist infinitely. Universes that exist infinitely. God is the controller. He is the inventor of everything that exists in the total idea of existence. But now, what I'm trying to do now is isolate variables. I've already isolated time. So when I do my formula, we already know that T equals time. But there's one other thing, if you're listening, events. And then there's another thing, and I think maybe I won't be able to put this particular variable in it because I am just a minute, infinitesimal, tiny entity. Okay, in my theory of predestination, I've already recognized that time is one of the variables that would have to be in the formula. But also, E, not E equal MC squared. Well, perhaps. Perhaps it's the same E that Einstein talking about. It may be the same thing. But my E represents events. Events. So I got T for time and E for events. And we're going to talk about events. Now that I've mentioned events and the formula E equal MC squared, I think that we're going to have a lot of fun with the variable E, events. But why do I know that events must be in this formula that I am trying to construct? God created time and God created events. God created time and the events that happen within that time frame. So I think events and time are critical variables that we have to understand when we put them in our formula. Now, see, some of you guys, okay, let's be honest, okay, I know you guys, you follow me and you want to see what I got to say, but some of you guys are just too stupid to understand what I'm talking about. All you want to hear is something about sex, race, all this nasty stuff. You want to hear stuff like that. I can do that too. But, okay, I'm talking to the serious thinking people. I'm talking about the theory of predestination. And I have already recognized that time is an essential aspect of my formula in order for me to discuss events. Events and time. We have two variables, time and events. Now, everything that comes from this oral cavity of mine, however I was designed, which I had no idea that I was designed like this. I had no control over how I was designed. But in my designation, everything that comes from this oral cavity stems from the belief in God that exists in my mind. So I'm coming from the standpoint of the existence of God. And I don't think that I have the audacity to put God in a formula. I can't use him. I can't say God. I can't put God in an equation. Though I believe in him, she, it. I believe in this. There is a super ultimate power that's greater than myself, that's greater than mankind, that's greater than anything. I cannot put him in this formula. Him is he. This entity probably is sexless. She, this gigantic, this great big, this creator. Is it she? Is it it? Or is it sexless, having no meaning? So I can't go way up there with that guy. So as we talk about the theory of predestination, if you follow me, you will be able to understand a lot of things that you had not understood before. See, my destiny was to teach you, whoever you are out there, but you, my cult, my destiny was to teach you, and you're just sitting there. In spite of the fact that when you turn to Musa Met Bishop Jr. Corner Consultant, it says no subscribers, 2 subscribers. When in reality, there are thousands of subscribers. So I will continue to talk about the theory of predestination. So if you think you're just too stupid to understand what I'm saying, okay, don't come here, because that's all I'm going to be talking about for a while. it may be for a long while. So if you don't want to, get into some serious deep stuff, then go to my channel, E equal MC squared, rock and roll, and that's where I'm going now. So I will be reading from my latest publication. So this is Musa, Matt Meacham Jr., signing out on Earth. Always.